Snoopy. Good grief.
AT&T Pebble Beach, TBS.
This is CBS. Coming up on News Channel 5, 6 o'clock report, Sheriff Fate Thomas turns himself in and announces a big surprise. A bomb scare clears out the Metro Courthouse. President Bush travels to UT to push his plans for education. Those stories, and you can get your own dozer. The 6:30 report is next.
The UFO has been landing in Nashville for 3 years with unbelievable, fantastic, outrageous savings on furniture. You've been good to us, Nashville. And so in addition to our low prices on quality furniture, United Furniture Outlet is going to give some furniture away. Up to $20,000 worth of furniture. There will be 3 winners each week now through March 31st. You might win this 3-piece sectional sofa, or this chaise lounge, or maybe this entertainment center, or one of many, many more items. All you have to do is come in and register at either our 201 Woodland Street store or our new store at 4438 Lebanon Road, the Hermitage Plaza Shopping Center in Hermitage. No purchase is necessary. 3 winners each week will be announced on Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on WSIX-FM. Come on in. And remember, at both stores, you get 40 to 70% off retail price on every item, no exceptions. All name brand factory warranty furniture, 90 days free interest, and delivery is available within 24 hours. Shop and compare. And while you're shopping, register to win free furniture. That's United Furniture Outlet, 201 Woodland Street, at the foot of the Woodland Street Bridge, at 4438 Lebanon Road in Hermitage. UFO, stores open at 10 a.m.
You're watching WTVF Nashville. This is the News Channel 5, 6 o'clock report with Chris Clark.
Good evening, I'm Bud Hedinger. Chris has the night off. Sheriff Fate Thomas, indicted on 38 federal charges, is not quitting. The veteran county politician surrendered to authorities today and a couple of hours later issued a statement saying he is a candidate for re-election. News Channel 5's Larry Brinton reports.
There's not going to be any statement of any kind, so you can save your breath.
Attorney Bill Willis was leading the way for his client, indicted Sheriff Fate Thomas. Thomas and his entourage rushed through a crowd of reporters and photographers in the tunnel connecting a parking lot with the federal courthouse. He was the last of 6 people who turned themselves into the U.S. Marshal in Nashville this morning in connection with a 54-count federal indictment. Another defendant, Jerry Williams, surrendered to authorities in Memphis. The indictment charges that the sheriff and others cheated the taxpayers out of nearly $500,000. The money allegedly was used for everything from buying the meat for the sheriff's private barbecue business to renovating Thomas's Bellevue condominium. Neither the sheriff nor any of the defendants, including William H. Wiles, would talk with the reporters. But Wiles' attorney, Cecil Brandstetter, did. Mr. Wiles, do you have anything to say?
Well, he would tell you he's not guilty and was pulled into this thing on a rather ridiculous basis.
After a hearing before a federal magistrate, all of the defendants were released on $25,000 bond. The sheriff pleaded not guilty today. The rest will appear at an arraignment next week.
I am the sheriff's friend and proud of it. On the other hand, I am subject as a lawyer to Rule 3 of the Federal District Court, so I can't say any more than that.
But this afternoon, the sheriff issued a statement, one that surprised most everyone. In it, Thomas announced that he is a candidate for re-election. The statement in part says, "I never thought it would come to this. I never believed I would be indicted. It has happened, and I must get on with my life." He said this has been open season on Fate Thomas and the sheriff's office. Any hunch, tip, or rumor by any agency has been treated as truth by the news media. Thomas says this campaign will be unique, that he is not using his office to raise funds for either his campaign or his defense. While most people thought Fate Thomas was ready to throw in the towel, he's already fighting back. And with the election only about 6 months away, Fate Thomas could get the chance to prove his case to both the voters and a jury. Larry Brenton, News Channel 5.
So the sheriff's been indicted, but he hasn't been found guilty, and he maintains his innocence. In tonight's telepoll, we want your opinion. Should Sheriff Fate Thomas resign? If you think he should, call 737-5000. But if you think Thomas should stay in office, call 737-5001. Just a short tone on the line will let you know that you have registered your vote. We'll take a look at your response at the end of the 6:30 report, bring you the final results tonight at 10. After a 2-year investigation into the sheriff's office, the indictment of Fate Thomas didn't surprise the people who most often dealt with him. But many of the so-called courthouse crowd weren't quite sure how the sheriff would react to the charges.
Mark Drury has been talking to Thomas's friends and supporters today and joins us now from the newsroom. Mark, are they rallying behind the sheriff?
Well, Bud, the ones who have had to get elected in the past are primarily because Faith Thomas has been the man they've turned to in order to raise campaign funds and turn out voters. All through the courthouse today, a rumor was circulating that Faith Thomas would resign or take medical leave while his case is pending in federal court. But this afternoon, when the sheriff announced his plans to run for re-election, a lot of his friends were glad he decided to fight the charges of corruption. Former Metro Councilman Jimmy Holt spoke with the sheriff late yesterday.
He said he's ready to run again. You know, that was a comment he made. So, not a real surprise to me. I'm just sorry all this had to be. And I'm really terribly sorry for him.
And earlier today, Metro Assessor Jim Ed Clary predicted Thomas would stay in office despite the controversy surrounding him.
We've talked, you know, at these things. And Faith's got a pretty good backbone, and he's got the skin of an alligator. He's had the hot water on his back, but I really don't understand how the man has handled it as well as he has.
Now, both men say they'll contribute to Thomas's defense fund. The sheriff's friends also have noticed the physical effect this long investigation has had on Faith Thomas. Several say the sheriff seems pale, fatigued, and withdrawn. His decision to run for re-election sent them a signal today, though. He's still got some fight left.
For sure, Mark, but of course, Faith Thomas is not alone in going through this. What about the 6 others who have been named in the indictment with Thomas?
Well, obviously, being tied to such a highly publicized case isn't easy. Privately, some of those named in the indictment have talked to friends about the tough process of being repeatedly called before the grand jury and being questioned at length for 7 or 8 hours. And now, after all of that, finding out this process is far from over.
Mark Drury, thank you. The Metro Courthouse saw some action today when it emptied out just before noon because of a bomb threat. Police found a suspicious package hidden in a second-floor ceiling, and while it didn't turn out to be explosive, the scare was certainly real. News Channel 5's Craig Owensby was there.
Bomb threats are nothing new at the Metro Courthouse or just about any other public building. But it's not every day that police take them seriously enough to make everyone leave.
I didn't really ask why because we already knew there was a bomb threat, but he didn't say anything else except for ask us to leave.
When the policeman, he just said that we needed to evacuate the building.
You go across the It started with a message written on a stall door in this upstairs men's room saying that a bomb would go off at 3:05. But this time was different because police actually found something, a suspicious object hidden behind the ceiling tiles in that same room. It might have been a handbag or some other little piece of luggage, or it might have been a bomb. How likely do you think it is it's actually an explosive device?
Well, I wouldn't want to say. It's a 50-50 call. If you treat it, if it's not one and it is, you're in trouble. So you can't take that chance.
Police carried it off and tried to blow it up. They even used a blasting cap to see if they could get it to explode. But what they found was a flute case with shaving gear and some old clothes inside. Police figure some homeless person hid that case up there and went back to it for a change of clothes every once in a while. They don't expect to ever find out who he is, but somewhere in the city tonight, someone could be wondering how their shaving gear and extra clothes got to be such a big deal. That's Metro Courthouse. Craig Owensby, News Channel 5.
And now, as we head into the weekend, Ron Howes has your first look at the weather. Ron?
Thank you, Bud. Well, we've seen quite a bit of cloudiness, especially early in the day, and quite a bit of rain early this morning. But during the afternoon hours, the weather has improved quite a bit across Middle Tennessee and southern Kentucky, as you see on the satellite pictures. Kind of a partly cloudy pattern. More showers and thunder showers, though, developing back to the southwest of us. And I'm sorry to report, if you have lots of outdoor activities planned this weekend, it looks like rain is going to be in our weekend future. 65 degrees right now in Nashville, very mild. 66 back in Memphis, but the colder air is not too far away. 40 in St. Louis, 30 up in Chicago, and in Kansas City, they're going to get some snow tonight and 28 degrees. My forecast for tonight for us, though, very mild, partly cloudy skies, and an overnight low of 55 degrees. We'll have more on our wet weather in a few minutes. Bud?
Thanks, Ron. And we'll be right back with how you can own your own country western theme park. And President Bush visits UT to pitch his education plan, but encounters a very typical problem.
And I'm sorry we were a little late getting in here, but you know how it is. On this campus, even I couldn't find a parking place.
He led the ultimate life of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. But there was one more love that totally consumed Elvis Presley. Now, Entertainment Tonight puts you in the driver's seat to see why the king went crazy for all kinds of cars.
He owned probably in excess of 300 cars. If he saw one he liked, he just bought it. It didn't matter what it was.
Take a drive down memory lane with the hard bodies Elvis loved best. You'll get the inside story only on the next Entertainment Tonight.
Tonight at 10:30 on Channel 5.
In the last 2 years, over 500,000 Ford and GM owners switched to Toyota quality, the kind found in Corolla. No wonder. Toyota Corolla prices start less than Ford Tempo, yet Corolla resale values top Tempo by hundreds. Now Toyota dealers are out to switch thousands more to Toyota, and they're out to beat any deal. You could save thousands of dollars because option discounts and incentives are the biggest of the year. So now's the best time to put Toyota quality in your garage. Hurry to your Toyota dealer now for a money-saving deal on great Toyota quality.
Smart guy out there. He bought CertainTeed fiberglass insulation just like I told him. It comes in easy-to-carry packages, I said. It's easy to install in side walls and attics. It helps the house meet the new Department of Energy recommendations and can help cut energy bills. Besides, buy 10 packages and you can get a Melita coffee maker free from CertainTeed. Okay, so I'm a coffee hound. You gonna eat that, Danish?
CertainTeed, at home in America's smartest homes.
When you think new sofa, you don't want last year's castaways. You want to look at fresh new styles and colors, and Sofa Connection gives you sofas your way. Brand new 1990 merchandise at clearance prices at their Sofa Spectacular. This luscious Queen Anne sofa, $399.95. This high-back contemporary 100% Herculon, $399.95. A loose scatterback like this one or a traditional attachback like this. 6 styles in all. You choose the frame and fabric and pay only $399.95. Sofa shopping your way at the Sofa Spectacular at Sofa Connection with 2 Nashville locations.
In Knoxville today, President George Bush spelled out his goals for education in the 1990s. And UT President Lamar Alexander accepted a challenge from Mr. Bush to make those goals a reality. News Channel 5's Shirley Washington is in Knoxville with the story.
President Bush arrived in Knoxville early this afternoon.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Upon his arrival at Alumni Memorial Stadium, Bush received a warm welcome from a crowd of about 3,000. The president was in Knoxville promoting his education goals, unveiled earlier this week during his first State of the Union address.
Real improvement in our schools is not simply a matter of spending more. It's a matter of asking more, expecting more of our schools, our teachers, our kids, and ourselves.
By the year 2000, the president says he wants every child in America to start school ready to learn, and he wants the country to be #1 in the world in math and science. President Bush set an example today by participating in a science demonstration, adding chemicals to a batch of bacteria that eats toxic waste. The challenge to make the nation #1 in math and science is a great one, but it's also one the president of UT, former Governor Lamar Alexander, accepted. Alexander, a strong advocate of education, announced plans to establish a summer school for science and mathematics at UT.
We want you to succeed as education president, because if you succeed, we succeed.
To help fund the new program, Martin Marietta Corporation, the Department of Energy, and Governor Ned McWhorter each pledged $1 million.
And the beneficiaries of what we announce here today will be the boys and girls.
While UT senior Rhonda Dobbs praised the idea, she expressed some concerns.
But I hope that they don't pick only the top teachers, because there are a lot of teachers out there that are going to be teaching the same subjects, and they need the training also.
The president says in order to accomplish the education goals of the 90s, we're going to need a can-do attitude, the same attitude that brought our ancestors to America and made America great. At the University of Tennessee in Knoxville, Shirley Washington, News Channel 5.
Well, if you want to get into the theme park business, this may be your chance. Country star Conway Twitty is reportedly putting his Hendersonville Tourist Park up for sale. The announcement that Twitty City is on the market comes just a few days after a fire damaged a gift shop at the Hendersonville complex. The cause of that fire has not been determined. Published reports say realtors are asking $6 million for Twitty City and more for land the country singer owns in Sumner and Williamson counties.
You know, I've heard that Larry Bird might buy it and call it Twitty Bird City. What do you think?
You know, that's got all kinds of emotional possibilities. As does this special day in weather.
Yeah, I got out of my burrow this morning at sunrise, and I didn't see my shadow. Did you see yours?
Well, I saw you casting it across the shadow here, and I figured we were in for at least 3 more minutes of weather.
This is artificial. I think spring is right around the corner. What do you think? Let's take a look at our Weather Watch school question for tonight. We'll go right back to school. If it's raining, the humidity is, what do you think, more than 100%, exactly 100%, or 100% or less? The possibilities are more than 100%, exactly 100%, or 100% or less. What's the humidity down here on the ground if it's raining? I have to think about that one in a minute. All right, here's our Weather Watch's reports for the last 24 hours. And indeed, we did get some rain in our area, especially this morning. Up to 2 inches of rain in Paris, 1.21 in Hopkinsville, 1.05 in Clarksville and Lafayette, with lesser amounts over to the east, only 0.02 of an inch in Jamestown. And in Nashville officially today, we've seen a high temperature of 68 rather, spring-like weather. 59 the overnight low, and 0.37 of an inch of rain measured officially at the Nashville International Airport. Here's a look at the current situation now. 63 degrees, 75%. Northerly winds at 6, and the pressure's at 30.05 and rising. Looking at the satellite pictures, had a strong system move through this morning, producing quite a bit of rain, as you saw on the Weather Watchers reports. That system is moving up to the northeast now. It's put 4 inches of snow in Buffalo, New York, about 3 inches in Syracuse, and it'll continue to be a weather maker for the northeast tonight. We're going to see a little lull in our weather tonight, partly cloudy and mild. Don't think we'll see much in the way of rain, but then tomorrow, this second impulse that's now working its way into West Texas will interact with all the moisture over our area and give us another good chance of rain and maybe some thunderstorms once again. And by the time that system moves on to the east, then Saturday night and Sunday, we'll have a little cooler spell coming up to finish out the weekend. It looks like this could be a major snowmaker for Kansas City, up through parts of Iowa, northern Illinois, into the Chicago area. This is all snow and freezing rain back to the northwest. And as we look a little closer to home in the southeastern United States, a few scattered showers from Chattanooga down into northern Alabama, becoming thunder showers through parts of Arkansas and northeast Texas. Again, the moisture is very close to us, ready to move back up over our area tomorrow morning right on through the day. Temperatures in the mid-60s across our area. The cooler air is not too far away, though. The frontal system is stalled right along the Ohio Valley. Tomorrow, again, a very mild day for us in the 60s, but then on Sunday, a turn toward colder weather. On the weather map sequence, we're going to be watching the development of this system back to the west of us. It'll be winding up, producing rain and thunderstorms for us, and snow in areas to the northwest. It looks like on Sunday, though, lingering clouds and cooler temperatures coming in as this system kicks on to the east. We'll have a look at our forecast coming up in just a minute.
Would you like a pillow?
Travel first class on an airline and you'll pay a lot more. And special treatment at a hotel could cost you a bundle. Even first class service at a restaurant could be a bit pricey.
But at Food Lion, first class service comes with extra low prices. That's why 6 million customers travel to Food Lion each week.
Food Lion. Non-stop service at almost 700 locations.
Tonight, partly cloudy skies, low of 55. Could be some showers on toward midnight, but not a big deal tonight. Southerly winds at around 10. Now tomorrow, rain and thunderstorms again tracking through the area. High of about 66, low of 45. Southerly winds at around 10 to 15. A very spring-like day, really. But then on Sunday, on the 5-day forecast, temperatures drop to 49 for a high. Lingering clouds, maybe a few showers on Sunday. Monday, partly cloudy and 53. Rain coming back in on Tuesday and 54. Then partly cloudy and 53. All right, now pay attention, Bud. This is kind of a complicated answer. Our weather school students today in the classroom were studying weather observation and humidity. If it's raining, the humidity is 100%, or it could be less. A lot of people think the humidity's got to be 100% for it to rain on the ground. But here's the deal. It has to be 100% humidity where the rain forms, which is up in that cloud many thousands of feet above the ground. The air near the surface can be less than 100%, and it'll still be raining out there. Rains long enough, eventually, of course, the humidity will approach 100%, but yep, it can rain and the humidity be quite a bit less than 100%.
Isn't that interesting? Rumor has it you've booked the groundhog for an appearance at 6:30, right?
He'll be here.
Oh, that's big.
Well, videotape.
That is big. Ron, thank you. Stick around for that. Right now, we'll take a look at some of the other things we're working on beyond the groundhog for the 6:30 report. A breakthrough in South Africa where the ban is lifted against the African National Congress. How college students have shaped black history. And reading between the lines on food labels. those stories, and just what defines child abuse. All coming up soon on the 6:30 report. And on Wall Street today, the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose almost 16.5 points, closing at 2602.70.
A room for one, please?
Your first time with us, sir?
Yes. I've never stayed at a five-star hotel before.
We do provide the ultimate in personal luxury.
So do I. I'm one of the clouds who makes white cloud.
I see.
It's the softer, thicker bathroom tissue.
If one were softer or thicker, our guests would be useful.
There is one. Just feel the difference clouds make.
White cloud does feel softer. And I can see the difference in thickness.
Right.
Our guests have a new bathroom tissue.
Wonderful.
Now something special for you. A room with a nice big view of the sky.
Just like home.
Uh-huh.
White cloud. Softer, thicker. Discover the difference clouds make.
It's your 30th birthday, girl. Is it hard to face the world? But there's Folgers to brew that's decaffeinated too. The best part of waking up, Folgers in your cup.
Mornings brighten with Mountain Grown Folgers decaffeinated. Mountain Grown beans have a more enticing aroma and richer flavor.
No need to feel so blue. That aroma's calling you.
You are finally waking up.
The best part of waking up.
Decaffeinated?
It's Folgers in your cup.
You know, 30's not so bad.
Yeah, we're maturing. Hey, Mark.
May I borrow your car? It's a V6. Don't let the power go to your head.
The Toyota Camry V6 has 156 horsepower that makes for surprisingly exhilarating driving. But please, try to be mature about it.
Woo! Mark, thanks for letting me borrow this powerful Camry V6. I think I'll go out and buy one today.
Hope Chris having a tough week. He was battling the bug, and today the bug has battled back. Hopefully he'll be with us again on Monday.
Okay, well, he's got a weekend to rest up now, so we expect to see him back on Monday.
What you got?
Well, we're going to start off talking about stock car racing a little bit.
You sure now?
Some news here at the local speedway. Nashville Motor Raceway is back in the NASCAR family now after a 5-year absence. The raceway's upcoming schedule of races will be sanctioned by NASCAR, including the Winston Racing Series, which is not to be confused with Winston Cup Racing, which the track's still trying to get.
Well, it's a regional sanction. Let's say it's one of the steps in bringing back the Winston Cup that everybody's talking about. Without a weekly sanction, there is no chance of having a Winston Cup. We're in a better position now than we've ever been because of the things that we have already performed and shown them we can do as far as since we've taken the track over.
All right, a little basketball news now. Both sides are expected to be nice when they meet tomorrow night because the last time MTSU and Tech played each other, this happened 3 weeks ago. They got into a fight that brought player suspensions against both schools and much controversy. 5 players were thrown out of the game, which Tech won 100-75. MTSU coach Bruce Stewart says he expects the crowd to be hostile in Cookeville tomorrow night, but he says he guarantees there will not be any more fighting. Well, the SEC basketball race resumes tomorrow, and here in Nashville, Vandy will host Alabama, 7:30 tip-off. The Commodores are sitting in second place in the conference. Normally that would be great, but there is a big traffic jam in front with Alabama, LSU, Tennessee, and Georgia. Here's a schedule for tomorrow. It will look like this. Alabama here at Vandy, Tennessee will be at Auburn, Ole Miss at Florida, Georgia at Kentucky, and Loyola Marymount at LSU. And Bo knows baseball, but I may not even ever try that again. But does Bo know how to get more money? Back in a minute.
Red Baron.
Bring the Baron home tonight. Red Baron Pizza microwave singles.
Baseball's salary arbitration season began today with most of the attention focused on the L.A. hearing of Bo Jackson. The Kansas City outfielder was has asked the arbitrator for just over $1.9 million, which is $900,000 more than the Royals have offered. Now, it is the widest margin in the history of arbitration, which dates back to the mid-1970s. Bo, who doubles, of course, as an L.A. Raider running back, led the majors in strikeouts last season while also topping the big leagues with 1 RBI every 4 trips to the plate. Well, who makes more money in the NFL than any other player? A report out of Baltimore says Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Randall Cunningham is the highest paid player in the NFL. Now, the report says Cunningham is making better than $2.5 million a year. That, according to a survey by the NFL Players Association. Cleveland Browns quarterback Bernie Kosar is second, earning just under $2.5 million. But, folks, let's talk some real money. Wayne Gretzky has received a raise. His contract with the L.A. Kings has been extended 2 years to $4 million a year. Gretzky's total package is worth more than $31 million through 1998. And here at home tonight, we've got the National Knights against Jamestown.
You know a dozer when you see one, don't you?
Yes, sir.
This is not falling asleep in the newsroom, Hope.
No.
When we come back, in the tradition of model cars and trains, we'll show you a dozer you can call your own.
People all across America believe in Physicians Mutual Insurance Company, and for all kinds of reasons.
I believe in Physicians Mutual because they treat me special, not like another number.
Believe me, extra protection makes sense. And so does Physicians Mutual.
They pay claims fast without any hassle. That's why I believe for the best in protection and service, call Physicians Mutual. We'll make a belief.
And flavor snacks. Make it a happy Valentine's Day.
Don't let tartar break your heart. Milk-Bone introduces new tartar-controlled TC biscuits and TC rawhide strips to help fight tartar buildup.
A perfect love gone wrong.
7 months pregnant.
Can Jonathan save them?
If you love her, don't throw it away.
On Highway to Heaven.
Today at 4.
Thank you very much.